Celeste was a miracle baby. Her mother, Hayley, had suffered 4 miscarriages. Just imagine her joy that she finally had a little girl on the way. But Celeste was killed in a car crash before she was even born, and the teen driver won't even spend a single night behind bars.
One of the hardest moments of my life was to hold my miracle baby finally, and she was just not there.
I was unable to hold my baby because she had to go to a coroner's report, so I wasn't allowed to touch her. All I could do was look at her.
Hayley and Connor should have a happy and healthy baby girl in their arms.
Because you have a rare genetic disease as well, that's obviously making it hard.
Yeah, it's called NCAH. It affects numerous things in your body, mainly the hormone side of things. It stops your body from ovulating properly. I couldn't believe my luck. It just seemed too good to be true, and I guess it was too good to be true.
At 25 weeks pregnant, baby Celeste was taken from Hayley because of a teenager's stupidity.
I guess that saying, life flashes before your eyes, is very true, because 1,000,001 things went through my head in that second that I realised that these headlights were coming directly towards our car.
Hayley was in the passenger seat, her mum Teresa driving, taking the same road home they do every day southwest of Brisbane, when a car full of teenagers caused a head-on crash at 100 kilometres an hour.
There was a passenger who was intoxicated, who was, I guess, waving her phone in the driver's face, trying to change music of some sort, which caused the driver to veer left and then try to correct herself, and then veered right straight into our car.
She was rushed to hospital and into emergency surgery.
Laying on the operation table, they were cutting my clothes off, and they'd said to me I'd already undergone a CT scan. My baby still had a heart rate, but it was very low.
That's Hayley's last haunting memory of the day that changed her life forever.
I thought I'd literally just woken up from a cesarean, and I woke up a week later to be told that you've been on life support for a week, you've been in a coma, you've nearly died, your stomach's still open, your daughter didn't survive, and you've had 6 surgeries so far.
Hayley's mum was also left with injuries, but nothing like Hayley.
All of my abdominal muscles had torn off of the abdominal wall on impact. All of my nerve endings were shredded. My pelvic floor muscles were shredded. My uterus split in half.
All while the 17-year-old girl charged over the crash continued living her life freely, experiencing milestone moments like school graduation. Legally, we can't identify her, but she was facing a charge that's never been laid before that recognises the death of an unborn baby when killed in a criminal act.
This is the first time Sophie's Law has been used, and this is the first time in Australia that an unborn child has been protected in this way, that a law exists.
Sarah and Peter fought relentlessly for 10 years to give a voice to unborn babies after their daughter Sophie was killed while Sarah was 39 weeks pregnant.
A drunk driver high on methamphetamines hit our vehicle drag racing, and at that moment, Sophie died.
That driver was Rodney Shaw.
They didn't apologise to me. I nearly died.
And you wouldn't believe his punishment.
5-month loss of licence and a $950 fine for being twice the legal limit, high levels of methamphetamine, steroid and marijuana in his system.
He was never held accountable for the death of Sophie because back then there was no law that identified unborn babies as a victim. But there is now in Queensland and New South Wales. In Queensland, it's named after Sophie.
So Sophie's Law means that at the point of sentencing, an aggravating factor can be added. It gives the powers to the magistrates and the judges to add additional time to a custodial sentence.
There was hope Hayley and Connor might see the justice inside court that Sarah and Peter never did.
I feel very lucky in a very unlucky situation. I'm very grateful that Celeste can be the first step to giving unborn babies the voice that was ripped away from them.
But the girl who killed Celeste just weeks from turning 18 will never spend a night behind bars. Her barrister fought to kick media out of the court, but we fought back and one, so we can tell you she was ordered to 100 hours of community service with her licence suspended for 6 months. No conviction recorded. Courthouse security even gave her special treatment, allowed out the back door so she wouldn't be seen.
I just wish that she had more justice. It just wasn't enough. It wasn't enough for her life to be taken.
The teen's barrister, James Godbolt.
She's obviously very sorry, and it's a terrible tragedy and nothing can make it right.
She killed my granddaughter and nearly killed my daughter, and she's just walked away. She's just walked away. I thought more would come out of this, you know. Sarah fought for 10 years, you know, and none of this came into account today, none of it.
That's not only a kick in the guts to myself, to Sarah, but kick in the guts to every other parent who has a child or has lost a child.
I have vowed to the family that I will continue to fight for Celeste. And we didn't go away the first time, and I won't be going away this time.
I see a cesarean scar and no baby. I was leaking milk for 2 months with no baby.
Hayley read her victim impact statement to the girl in court.
Feel as the victim, only I am the one who is living a lifelong sentence.
It's harrowing and heartbreaking, and still she's never received an apology.
So I want her to understand how much this has affected my life, and all I want from her is just to know that she's sorry and feel some sort of remorse.
Do you guys want to try again?
Yeah,
Definitely.
for sure. It's been our goal to have a child for years, and I mean, we have one, but she's just not earthside, so we'd like to have an earthside baby one day. Definitely, we won't give up.
Well, the Attorney General has confirmed she will review the sentence to consider any appeal.